Let's start class.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me at my breath and stretch yoga class today. My name is Eden. This is actually a Zoom video, so there are a couple cuts and weird views, but this is to protect my students. So go ahead and grab a mat and a bottle of water and let's get started.
Our first exercise is going to be a breathing exercise. We're going to activate our ujjayi breath, which just means ocean breath. So our ocean breath is done through our nose and breathe out through our nose. We're just trying to sound like the ocean as we breathe. So we're going to take 5 more breaths just like that, breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. If you want to take a seat, Jill, on the ground would be great. Awesome. Y'all are looking great. Breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. So throughout our practice, we're going to try to use that ujjayi breath. So it's very deep and meditative almost, okay? So on the next exhale, let's go ahead and put one hand out to our side. We're going to walk it out. While we bring the other one up and over, looking past that elbow towards the ceiling. And we can even bring the elbow towards the ground, or we can stay up, wherever you're at today. But you want to look past your elbow towards the ceiling to get that neck stretch. 2 more breaths here. Hopefully you can use that ujjayi breath. And on the next exhale, let's windmill our hands over to the other side. Looking past that elbow, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to feel this through our side body, our ribs, our hips. Try to bring that hip down, making sure it's touching the ground. 2 more breaths here. All right, and on the next exhale, let's bring both hands back down to your hips. We're going to straighten our legs. So feet are together. So let me turn this way. It might be better. Yeah, there we go. Hands are by our hips. We're going into a staff position. So in this staff position, we're going to roll those shoulder blades down our back, opening our chest towards the ceiling, breathing in. As you breathe out, so toes are pointed up. So you see how my feet are dorsiflex? So that means that they're pointing up towards the ceiling. As we breathe out, we're going to press our knees into the ground, this is a very difficult move. So we're activating our thighs, we're activating our knees, hands are still by our hips, opening our chest up. My heels are a little off of the ground, but some people, their strength isn't there. So right here is perfect, right? 2 more breaths here. And on the next exhale, let's try to bring our femurs, our thighs, let's try to activate them, right? So we're trying to pull our femurs into our hips, if you know what I mean. Kind of a difficult description, right? And on the next exhale, relax those legs. We're going to bring our arms up and over and fold forward. We're just reaching towards our feet. We don't have to touch our feet. If you're at your knees or your shins, that's where you're at today. 3 breaths in this position. So every time I breathe in, I'm going to look up. And every time I breathe out, I'm going to fold over maybe just a little more. And on the next exhale, we're going to sit all the way back up. Hands are going to go behind us. Fingertips pointed towards us. Awesome. Right? Breathing in, we're going to breathe out. Hands are behind you or behind your knees. As we breathe out, we lift those legs parallel to the ground. Awesome. Keep those knees together. Feet are together. We can hold behind the knees. We can bring our hands out to the sides. We can straighten the legs. Or we can full expression. Wherever you're at today, honor where you're at. Breathing in. One more breath here. And then we're going to bring our feet down towards the ground. We're going to let our knees fall on either side, right? Sitting up as straight as possible. Breathing in. We're going to breathe out and fold forward. 2 breaths here. Every time I breathe in, I'm lifting up. Every time I breathe out, I'm folding forward, maybe just a little more. Awesome. All right, let's sit all the way back up. We're going to bring both knees to the same side. So knees are bent. We're on one side, and we're going to bring one hand down. So this is a difficult move, but if you can get it, I believe in you, okay? So top leg is straight, bottom leg is bent, bottom foot is under that top leg. Breathing in, so fingertips are pointed out. Breathing in, breathing out, we're gonna lift this top hand up while we lift those hips up. So we're doing this position just for the stretch, not for being active. We're pulling our hands and feet away from each other. 2 breaths here. If you can't lift this leg up, you can totally do this number. This is totally okay. And on the next exhale, let's go ahead and go all the way down. That was awesome. I see you guys, you're doing great. We're gonna switch sides. So you see how I did that? My knees are on this side, and now we're bringing our feet all the way to the other side. You got it? So we're switching sides. Great job, Josh. I can't really see you, Jill, but I know you're doing it. All right. We're gonna bring the top leg straight, bottom leg is bent, hand is pointed out towards towards my wall. Breathing in. Breathing out, we're gonna lift that hand while we lift the hips. We're pulling the foot away from our hand away from the foot, and looking up at the ceiling. This is such a yummy stretch. Maybe 2 more breaths here, just relaxing in the pose, even though it's an active pose. And on the next exhale, let's come all the way back down. Awesome, great job. So now we are going to get on our hands and feet, or hands and knees, sorry, not feet. Tabletop position. All right, so wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. You can have your toes tucked or you can have them flat. Whenever I have mine flat, they kind of get Charlie horses, so I always have them tucked. All right, so we're doing our cat-cows. This is so good for your spine. So breathing in, looking up, dropping that belly down. As we breathe out, we're gonna round that back, looking towards that belly button. We're doing this 5 times. Breathing in, looking up, breathing out, looking in. So do it with your own breath. Breathing in, looking up, breathing out, looking in. So this is number 3, 4, and 5. All right, come back to a neutral back. We're gonna widen our knees a little wider than our hips. We're gonna untuck our toes and sit back. So we're in child's pose. There's 2 different stretches that you can do here. You can either walk your hands forward to get a shoulder stretch, forehead is on the ground, or we can press our hands into the mat to get a low back stretch. Once again, forehead is on the mat. So we're gonna do 3 more breaths in this position, just relaxing, feeling the stretch. If you're not feeling it, then you're super flexible, great job. You can Bring your hands together in prayer position and bring them behind your head. This is going to give you more of a shoulder stretch. 2 more breaths here. All right, hands go back down. We're actually going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. Awesome. Great job. So we're going to go for a swim. You ready? Lifting one hand up. We're going to lift the opposite leg up. Breathing in, breathing out, we switch sides. We're doing this 5 times. Breathing in, breathing out, switching sides. That was 1, 2, 3. So really we're doing this 10 times because we got to do it on both sides, right? 4, 5. All right. Hold your hands in front of you. Relax your head on your hands. Take a breath here. You did really great. That was awesome. All right. So now we're going to go for a fly. Arms reaching back out. Breathing in, we're going to lift those hands, and breathing out, let's lift those feet as well. All right, so watch out, there's a cloud, and there's a plane. Oh my gosh. One more breath here, and let's go ahead and land. Woo, that was great. All right. So we're going to bring our elbows under our shoulders. Hands are flat on the ground. Rolling those shoulder blades down our back. Breathing in and breathing out, looking up, just opening your chest towards the wall. 3 more breaths here. So we want to have our hands flat on the ground. Arms are straight out in front of us, right? Elbows are what is directly under your shoulders. 1 more breath. And then we can release back down. We're going to place our hands under our shoulders. And we're just going to lift back into a child's pose. I love my child's poses. They're so nice. 1 or 2 breaths in this position, just for resting, which is awesome. And then let's sit back up. All right, so what we're going to do now, you can sit any way you want. We're going to do a breathing exercise. So we did our Ujjayi breath. I don't know if I think everybody was here for our Ujjayi breath. But now we're going to do what they call box breathing. So this means that we're going to inhale the same amount of time that we hold it, the same amount of time that we exhale, and the same amount of time that we hold it. So we're only going to do this 3 rounds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count. So let's go ahead, get in a comfortable position, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Was that 3 times? All right, go ahead and breathe normally. So that was a little sample of what this breathing exercise is going to do. So let's do it for 3 more rounds, and then we'll do some more stretching. So here we go. I'm just going to say in, hold, out, hold. Okay, and we're only going to do it for 3 seconds. So in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. And now just go ahead and take a deep breath. That was really great. I hope that you were doing it. I know it's really tough to follow, but you're going to get it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and lay onto our back. Okay? We're gonna bring our feet hip width apart. Knees can be together or apart, whatever you prefer. Hands down by your sides. We're preparing for bridge position. And we're doing this bridge position not for a workout, but for stretching. So we want to always look at the ceiling so we're not compromising our neck. You don't want to be looking this way and that way. Hands down by your sides, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to roll those hips up off the ground. We can stay here and try to press those hips as far up as possible, or you can clasp your hands under your glutes and roll onto the outsides of your arms. So I'm just gonna stay right here. 3 more breaths in this position, and with every exhale, maybe try to go a little further up. Just a centimeter would really work, right? So you can practice your ujjayi breath in this position. Or I'm just breathing out of my mouth, whatever you prefer. And on the next exhale, let's roll all the way down. We're gonna bring one ankle onto one knee. And then we can stay here if this is where you're at today, or we can bring that knee in and fold behind the knee. So breathing in and breathing out, pulling it towards you. 3 more breaths in this position. Looking great, everybody, from what I can see. And on the next exhale, go ahead and release that foot down. We're going to switch sides. Okay? So once again, you can leave your leg down or you can pull it in, reaching through your figure 4 and behind the knee. Breathing in here. As we breathe out, we can pull it a little closer, or we can just stay right here if this is where you're at today. Three more breaths. And on the next exhale, let's go ahead and release that foot down. Both feet are down, right? We're gonna just let our knees fall to one side. Okay? So both shoulders are touching the ground. Front hand is on one of the knees. Pick one and go with it. While the back hand is reaching behind you, you're gonna look towards that back hand. Okay? We want to do 5 breaths in the position. So I assume you already did 2. So let's do 3 more. Okay, looking at that back hand. And on the next exhale, let's go ahead and lift those legs up. And then we're going to let them fall towards the other side. Reaching that back arm behind you while the front hand is on that knee. We're looking at that back hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. You want to drop your knees, Josh, to one side or the other? So we're in a bit of a twist. Maybe 2 more breaths here. All right, let's go ahead and bring both knees up again. So in the next position, it's kind of a funny position. It's called happy baby pose, right? So we're gonna take one foot and act like we're stepping it onto the ceiling. We're going to bring that same side hand, arm. We're going to place the elbow on the inside of your knee while we're placing the hand on the outside of the foot. If you can't reach your foot, you can reach the outside of your shin or ankle. That's totally okay. But if you can reach your foot, breathing in, breathing out, we're going to pull this knee down. So we're in half of our happy baby pose. We're going to try to do it with the other side, right? So other foot acting like we're stepping up on the ceiling. Elbow is on the inside of the knee while the hand is on the outside of the foot. Breathing in, breathing out, we're going to just pull those feet down. So our knees are going towards the ground as well. 3 more breaths here. And try to breathe through your nose. I just did a Pilates class, so I'm like trying to switch gears with my breathing. And on the next exhale, try to release those feet. We're going to bring our feet together, knees apart, and bound ankle pose. We can place one hand on our belly, one hand on our heart. And I'm just going to check the time to make sure we're good on time. All right, we do have time. Let's do 3 to 5 breaths in this position. And then we're going to straighten our legs and close our eyes. All right, so on the next exhale, let's go ahead and straighten our legs. We can let our feet fall towards to the sides, one hand on our belly and one hand on our heart. We're going to close our eyes and just a restful position. I'm going to read a poem, which I have right over here. So you stay in this position. I'll be right back. So stay relaxed. We're closing our eyes. Jill, lay back down. It's okay. I'm just going to read a small poem. And I just want you to just focus on being with yourself. You will be what you will to be. Let failure find its false content in that poor word environment. But spirit scorns it and is free. It masters time. It conquers space. It cowers that boastful trickster chance and bids the tyrant circumstance uncrown and fill a servant's place. The human will, that force unseen, the offspring of a dustless soul, can hew the way to any goal. Though walls of granite intervene, be not impatient in delay, but wait as one who understands. When spirit rises and commands, the gods are ready to obey. The river seeking for the sea confronts the dam and percepts sea, yet knows it cannot fail or miss. You will be what you will to be. And just relax. We're just trying to do a little bit of a meditation. All right, and on the next inhale, let's raise our arms over our head, wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, maybe taking a deep breath in rolling over onto one side and slowly sitting up. Y'all did amazing work. I want to say thank you so much for joining me in your breath and stretch practice. I hope that you had fun and that this really just makes the rest of the day amazing.
And namaste. Thank you once again, and I am trying to fix my audio, so just bear in mind that future videos will be a little better. Thank you once again. Bye.